All right, here we go. Just had a great feed of pierogies and burgers.
I love that we start every podcast by like what we ate prior.
Well, it's kind of on my mind because I got the post-meal sleepies going on here.
It sets the tone for the podcast for sure.
It's the opposite of the zoomies for sure.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.
Talking Scheetz. There is that song from Dan Davidson, who we'll make reference to again in the next few moments. It's Bailey. It's Chris. We are a daughter-father duo.
Yes, for anyone new.
Perhaps, right? There might be one person that's never heard the show before.
For sure.
Welcome, and thank you for joining us. Again, Canadian Power Pack, our good friends at Canadian Power Pack Solar are one of our fantastic sponsors of this show. Don't forget, if you want solar, and why wouldn't you want solar? You know what? It's never been more affordable. It's never been more effective. And the government incentives are fantastic as well. And there's nobody better to put those solar panels on your roof than Canadian Power Pack. We live them right here on the Scheetz compound.
Yeah, the lighting, the power, the mics, everything powered by Canadian Power Pack.
Exactly. So do yourself a favor. If you're even considering doing solar, maybe give them a call and find out how easy it is and how affordable it can be and why all the incentives make it well worth your investment. Canadian Power Pack Solar.
Tell them Talking Scheetz sent you.
Exactly. The Talking Scheetz, the one and only. All right, where do we start, Bailey?
Well, I think we need to address the, I was going to say the elephant, but maybe it's more like the Ferris wheel in the room, perhaps.
The Ferris wheel in the room? Yeah, makes sense.
I mean, and also address the fact that we didn't really have a full episode last week for the first time.
It didn't really work out. No, we tried technically. We had a lot of things going on from a technical perspective. We had we're on a Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
But also the weather wasn't great. And we kept backing us up. We tried to do a version on YouTube, and it didn't work out. The sound, and we apologize to the few of you that did listen to it,
because it was painful. I have edited a lot of audio in my time,
right? And
I was like, you know what? It's gonna be fine. We're gonna be able to fix it.
Yeah.
I played it for about 5 seconds. The recording that we did do on the Ferris wheel.
Yeah.
It wasn't fixable.
No.
And dogs all over the neighborhood perked up when they listened to the
squealing.
There was just every time we got to the bottom. I think that when we set out, we have to probably back it up and talk about your entire Ferris wheel journey for people who haven't been following along. But
right.
I thought, I just pictured a leisurely little doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. I didn't picture how loud it would be. It was really noisy. When you hit the bottom, and so we would and you rotated a lot, so it would be like every 15 seconds. It was so painful. We didn't want to do that to our audience.
No, the Scheetz heads.
The Scheetz heads do not deserve to listen to that sound, not even once.
Right.
So we technically did do an episode. It went live on our Facebook and YouTube channel. We're going to count it because I don't want to break our streak. I'm very nervous about, I just feel like we've done such a good job. The effort was there. The product may not have been.
We have never put more effort into it. And the pod,
no, that's the
pod
joke
was
of the matter.
really good. That was the frustrating part.
Well, we can tell people it should have been award winning.
It would have got a Peabody. Yeah, it would have got a pod body.
It would have won something if you could hear us.
Award.
We were so smart and so funny.
Just dialed in.
Not as dialed in as the gears of the Ferris wheel.
Unfortunately, the technical part did not work. And you can't really, you can't really do a rehearsal. I mean, I guess we could have, but then it couldn't have. And
you had so many people visiting you that we had it was a
window.
One take, and it was storming, and it just was. You know what? Sometimes in life,
you can't always get what you want.
No.
But overall,
let's talk about it. Yeah.
Overall, it was fantastic. So many people have asked me since. So what's it like now? Like since you got off, are you still got your sea legs? Got your when you go on a cruise, a few days later you'll be in the shower, and all of a sudden the water will start to go on you, and all of a sudden your legs will get weak and things like that. I haven't noticed any of that. I didn't notice any of it at all. You were on there for about 3 hours.
Yeah, 3 or 4 hours on the first day with you.
Yeah.
And when I got home, I felt And again, I'm a rides person.
Right.
I felt seasick for sure.
Yeah.
I did not feel great. My vertigo was all over the place. I was like, this poor man. We should back it up even further though. What did you just finish?
Yeah.
Like for people that are like Ferris wheel, what are you talking about?
Good point. 54 hours on the Ferris wheel at
K-Days.
right?
Yeah.
That just wraps up tonight as we record this, which is on Sunday. So it was 54 hours. The longest that I'd heard about was 53 hours. So I said 54, and my age is 54, and we tried to raise $54,000, and it went well. The Ferris wheel wasn't moving all the time. It was only moving for about 13, 14 hours a day, which is enough.
That's enough rotation.
And I'll be honest with you, when it did stop overnight, I wished it would have kept moving. I think it would have made it easier for me.
Really? Because once you stopped, that's when you started to feel it?
No, I didn't feel it, but it was just boring.
You were just sitting there.
Yeah.
In a Ferris wheel pod by yourself.
Trying to lay sometimes, and it was just not. So, but anyway, it was all worth it at the end because as of now, I think we're over $76,000 and counting. The money continues to roll in for Alberta Dreams, which is a charity I proudly work for that deliver dreams to seriously and chronically ill children. I had some of the Alberta Dreams families on with me on that wheel, and it was amazing. Evie and Cameron and many others who had a chance to ride throughout the 54 hours, and a bunch of other really cool people.
It was. You were booked and busy up there. Like
the who's who of who's who's.
We went every day just to like do some check-ins, but it was hard enough. It was hard pressed for us to get on that wheel with you.
I did get,
and by we I mean me, because producer Renato,
as we know, is not a rides guy.
He locked things in from the ground.
But my granddaughter certainly is. She rode the Ferris wheel and she loved it. Her hair was flying back and she had the biggest smile on her face, and I'm like, that was basically her first ride except for the swing. Yeah. And she loves the swing too. And I'm like, oh yeah, this kid's going to love rides.
Oh, she's got it.
She's got no choice.
She came out with that. You could tell that she has a personality for rides.
Yeah.
We talked about on the previous podcast that didn't work out. Please don't listen to it.
Yeah.
We talked about how in every group that came on with you, there was one person in the group that was just deathly terrified.
Deathly terrified.
Yeah, it's so interesting how there's like ride personalities and not ride personalities. And we'd also talked about how you bullied me into being a rides person.
Exactly.
I don't think you're going to have to bully Leona.
No, she's got it in her.
She's
got it in her. But it was funny because of the people that would come on the ride and they would, they'd be scared. I'd be like, oh yeah, I guess this could be scary, right? In some respects, right? So, yeah.
Oh, it was high. It was safe in that pod. You were in there, but it was definitely not. You're pretty high up, and you're just seeing K-Days and all the parking lots, and it was not leisurely. I wouldn't say it was like super leisurely of a ride. It was pretty quick.
Yeah, shout out to I mentioned Dan Davidson, who of course sings our theme song. We had Martin Kerr, we had Matthew Cardinal as performers. We had the drummer for Mariana's Trench, who's a really good guy. I don't remember his first name, but he was fun because Mariana's Trench was playing that night at K-Days.
I couldn't believe that anyone from Mariana's Trench was on a Ferris wheel with you. Like
really?
that just, I don't know. It's just my 14-year-old self would have been, first off, she would have been like, oh my God, Dad's still doing stuff like this.
And second of all,
16 years later, he's still going. Second off, that's very, very cool. Mariana's Trench are Canadian legends.
Right.
So that's, you had all kinds of guests. I got a chance to ride with Jean.
Principe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Oiler great. Well, Oiler great. I'm going to say Oiler great.
I would say so.
And
I think the players would even agree with that.
Yeah. And we lined him up for a podcast at some point down the road.
Yes. He's one of our favorite people.
He's in. He cannot say no, so that's perfect. We love people like him.
He's gotten to where he is in life. First off, by being extremely talented, of course. Yeah. But second off, by just being so nice that he'll do anything for people. And then you just...
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Anyway, so almost $80,000, sponsors, individuals all stepped up, and it was absolutely incredible. So thanks to everybody who made that happen. I love the people at Explore Edmonton and K-Days. I love them. They're all great people. They're like, okay, what are we doing next year? And I'm like, well, if we do this again next year, it'll be the Wheel of Divorce. So
yeah. We weren't hard on you, but we were, as a family, worried.
Right.
Because again, you do this stuff so much, and at some point, like, you're getting older and it's getting more stressful, and there's just more things at play. It worked out better than I think we thought. It was, again, all about the kids and the money. That worked out at some point we were just like, are people going to stop supporting this man?
Right.
So
yeah,
they
at a certain
didn't.
point. No,
And
they
we're
didn't.
thankful for that.
And-
But there were points when I was going to bed each of the 2 nights that you had stayed on the wheel, and I was like, that man is just sitting there floating on a Ferris wheel alone in a K-Days, an abandoned K-Days. I did get worried.
Yeah.
It was kind of like when I was in grade 3 and you lived in a tractor, and then
Yeah.
that night when you were living in the tractor, I would be home with mom and crying, being like, Dad's in a tractor. Again, now, 20 years later, Dad's in a Ferris wheel.
You're a grandpa, for heaven's sake. And shout out to all of the media outlets who gave us a whole bunch of we were on CBC, the National with Ian.
Handsome Manning.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, he's the man. And so
He is.
I did like 5 minutes from the Ferris wheel on FaceTime with him across the country.
Yeah.
And most importantly, it was for Alberta Dreams. So we got some great exposure as far as that goes. And I think we did the math, and we had like over 600,000 views of things that we did. Some of the stuff that you did, which I don't understand, went viral. Like
Oh, Jet 2 holiday.
Jet 2
Yes,
holiday.
do you understand that now?
No.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you could save 50 pounds per person.
I don't understand.
That's
But
200 pounds off for a family of 4.
But what's it got on TikTok? It's like, I don't know.
I knew. I woke up after my restless night of being concerned for my father on the Ferris wheel. I woke up and I said, oh man, we need to do a Jet 2 holiday right now. It's like, for anybody who hasn't seen the concept of the video, it's like a viral sound on TikTok that's going around, and it's the ad for Jet 2, which is like a British holiday or like travel
Right,
company.
right.
But it's like they put that sound on top of terrible holidays. So it's like someone is like in a terrible rainstorm.
Situation,
Or
yeah.
I saw a really funny one tubing where people were on a tube and the lady just like flipped over and then belly flopped down, and it
Save
was
50
like
pounds.
50 pounds per person. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. I honestly have been waiting to pull up my British accent on this podcast for 28 episodes now.
Oh, you're
so.
nailing it. It's much better than mine. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. See, mine sounds like I'm like from southern United States somehow.
You had all kinds of like really, really cool guests and like so much good content
Yeah.
about the kids and everything you were doing. And of course, Jet 2 holiday is really what
That's
takes
the
off.
one that just goes completely viral.
Yep.
Anyway, it was a great event, and thanks to everybody who participated in some form or another. All right, good sheets or bad sheets?
Yeah, we started this concept, good sheets and bad sheets, when we started the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And then knowing us, things just got lost along the way.
We started to move on, which we shouldn't have, because it's a good feature.
And I think that it also grounds us back to thinking about like what is going on right now in our lives, and complaining a little bit, but also talking about the things that are good.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. All
Yeah.
right. For
So
example.
I'll start with my good sheets.
All right, you've got a good sheets. Go
I've
ahead.
got a good sheets, and you saw it, so you'll have much to say about this too. But good sheets is, again, we've talked a lot about my now 11-month, almost 12-month-old daughter Leona, and being a mom for a year and things like that. But my good sheets is having babies around your baby that are close to the same age, having babies with your friends and family, like being able to do it with people close to you.
All right.
And we're very, very lucky that we have friends and family in our lives that also had babies. In particular, we have Chandler,
Yes.
who is Lauren and Carson's baby. Who
Yes.
is my cousin and my friend. My cousin and my friend
Yeah. Cousin
got
friend.
married. Yes, my cousin and one of my best friends got married, had a baby 3 weeks after Leona.
Right.
So we were pregnant at the same time, had a baby at the same time. And I think for the last few months, it's been cool. But even now that they're kind of getting their own personalities and becoming their own people, it is just so fun to do it alongside them and seeing the babies interact.
And
is
here's
like,
and here's the fun thing for me to watch, because many years ago, like 30 years ago, you and Carson, cousins, were like 6 months apart. So we saw this once already.
Yeah.
But this is even closer. These two are like,
they're exactly the same age, and it's so fun to just
same
watch them go
stage,
through
right?
the milestones. And now they're in the same weight class.
Yeah.
Which is important because not many babies are in Leona's weight class.
No, but he is.
He is.
Yeah.
Chan Man is, thank gosh.
Yeah.
And last night at a family birthday party, Corey and Tiffany's 40th birthday, shout out to them.
Yes, other cousins of yours.
Yes.
And niece and nephew of mine. I am so old, I now have
Yes.
40-year-old nephew and nieces. Like, that's crazy. I remember when my parents turned 40. I thought they were so old.
I remember your 40th birthday and me being like, damn,
Yeah.
that's an old guy. But
now you got
I'm getting there.
you got cousins that age.
It's crazy. But last night, the babies, there's also Lane, who is
Yeah.
4 months older. So Brandon and Sarah's little boy is 4 months older, and he's kind of the leader of the baby pack.
Because he's walking.
Well, it's crazy how much 4 months makes a difference when you're
Yeah.
a baby. Like, he can walk and talk and do all these things. The other two are just crawling around. So
Yeah.
he's like the leader. He kind of kicked things off, but it ended up being baby wrestling on the grass,
Yes.
essentially, at the party, which is,
All out of love, though. Like,
oh,
because
like,
they love each other so much.
they just kind of like bounce into each other and kind of separate and tackle each other, but nobody cried.
No,
Nobody got hurt.
no.
They just had the time of their lives just like crawling on top of each other. And even Lane, who again is walking and so much more capable, started crawling with them just to kind of get down to their level. It's just watching babies interact with other babies around the same age is just, it's the best content in the world.
And they realize, yeah, no, this is one of me.
Yeah, like this is like me.
I understand.
But different. And you can see them looking at each other, trying to figure out what is going on. And it is just, it's so good. It's
Okay.
so good. So that is my good Scheetz.
You want to do a bad?
Yeah, we'll start with my bad is getting sick in the summertime.
Yeah.
Right now, it's the end of July. We had a sickness go through the house just before you went on the Ferris wheel, and I just think that getting sick in the summer is such a ripoff. It should be illegal.
Yeah.
Winter is for getting sick. If you're going to get sick, you don't ever want to be sick.
Winter and colds make sense.
Yeah, and if you're
Summer colds?
getting sick
Yeah.
is never fun. If you're going to get a cold, let it be in the winter when you're not missing anything and you don't want to play outside. But it is
Right.
like beautiful outside. There's so many things going on in the city, so many plans, so many barbecues, so many birthday parties, and you're just sitting in bed sick. No, getting sick should be something that is reserved for October to April, and that's it. You should
Okay.
never get sick in the winter.
It
or
doesn't
in the
feel
summer.
right. It doesn't
No.
feel right. It's
And you're
like,
just even like, what is going on with me? Why is my nose stuffy in the summer?
like
Ugh.
coughing in the winter makes sense.
Yes,
but
because
coughing
you're
in the
dry
summer
and
doesn't
terrible,
make sense.
and it's cold.
You're
and
right.
you get to be cozy and have some tea in your bed. That's a ridiculous thing to do in the summer. You just feel, getting sick in the summer is my bad Scheetz. Everyone's good now. It was a couple weeks ago, but it did piss me off a little bit.
Okay. All right. She's even swearing on
Yeah,
me.
a little bit on the pod.
Okay, I like it. I like it. Okay, well, my good Scheetz, I mean, I'll do the Toronto Blue Jays, okay, because it's so funny. I was talking to somebody just the last couple of days, and I said, how can we hate the Toronto Maple Leafs so much, but love the Toronto Blue Jays so much? It's the strangest dichotomy, as I like to.
Dichotomy.
Some of the big words that I pull out every once in a while. It's a strange dichotomy that we love the Blue Jays, but the thing about the Blue Jays this year, they're right now they got the best record in baseball in all of the major leagues. And the cool thing about it is nobody saw this coming.
No, they were
Nobody-
predicted to have a tough year.
It was going to be a tough go,
Yeah.
right? They did sign Vladimir Guerrero, which is a good thing, and but it has turned out we've got a bunch of young guys that have come out of nowhere. They got the old guy. They got George Springer, which is hilarious that his name is George.
Yeah.
And I think about my grandpa George, who was like the biggest Blue Jays fan in the
Ever,
world.
yeah.
He would be going crazy in heaven
this
right
season.
now. He's sitting on the edge of his seat and he's watching.
Yeah.
And it's been fantastic so far this year. So let's hope it continues. Trade deadline is coming up next week. Well, this week, I guess, as you hear this, I think on Thursday, see if they make any additions. But then you don't want to. They've got
Mess
such
with what they have going
they got
on.
such great mojo going
Yeah.
on. That was the thing with the Oilers too, right? Is like you want to get players that make you better, but then you're like, oh my gosh, well you got these guys that have played all year with you, so you don't want to mess with
good thing.
what's working.
Yeah,
So
they're fun to watch. It's Blue Jays. If everything goes right, MLB playoffs are so fun.
they're the best.
Yeah.
It is the baseball playoffs.
Yeah.
There's no better drama than that because you literally put it like they stop it and go, okay, now this guy's coming up against that pitcher, and we're going to watch these two battle. In hockey or football, the moments are great, but they come and you don't see them coming, and
You
all of
don't
a
have the
sudden,
time.
all of a sudden they're there. But baseball,
Yeah.
we go, okay, now here it is.
The tension because
It's
there's so much time
It's
in
the
between.
top of the ninth. The Blue Jays are down by 1. Vladimir Guerrero is coming up to bat. If he gets a single, they're going to win the World Series, right?
Yeah.
It is the best.
Yeah.
So it's looking, knock on wood, but very likely that they're going to at least make the playoffs. And right now, they're looking like they might be able to do some damage. So it's exciting. But again, it's so weird how the Toronto Blue Jays, they're Canada's team, right? And so there's Canadians. We all feel like we've got ownership in the Toronto Blue Jays. So it's exciting. I never saw this coming, but it has.
And in the lieu of the NHL season, it's always nice to have something to watch.
Yeah.
And they're always playing. And
Yeah.
that is one thing that is just so crazy.
Every
is
day.
the MLB schedule. I'm like, oh, I guess I should check on what the Jays are doing. Oh, they're playing today. Oh, they're playing tomorrow. Okay. There's always something to watch.
162 games.
Yeah. It's just
So,
crazy.
And they start. Yeah, they literally don't have any time off. Like, well, they do, I guess, but a few months in the winter, and then they're back at it in February, and they're spring training, and they just play baseball.
I think about working for one of those teams, like from
Yeah.
my perspective
Yeah.
of social media. I know they have much larger
Yeah.
teams than NHL teams do, but like covering them from a social media perspective, what a grind.
Like
It's crazy.
Hazel May does a great job,
Oh,
but I know she's also a mother because I've
Yeah.
seen her commercials for, I can't remember
yeah,
what
she
it
does
is.
some commercial.
Some arthritis thing or something like that.
Yeah.
But whatever she does, but she's got her son with her, and I'm like, does she ever see her son? Because it's
Yeah.
just like, my gosh, that job,
Maybe
right?
he just hides in the dugout.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, exactly. All right, well, that's my good sheets.
Go Jays.
Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. I love
You
the
kind of
Blue
have
Jays.
a raspy. You still have your post Ferris wheel
Oh,
rasp going on.
I talked so much for 2 days.
Yeah.
It sounds crazy, but I talked so much for 2 days. My voice is still
and
shot.
over the sound of the very, very, very
yelling,
squeaky
well,
Ferris
as we've
wheel.
talked about.
Yeah,
Of all the sounds of K days,
Yeah,
right?
for
Okay.
sure.
Well, my bad sheets is GoFundMe pages. Somebody brought this up. They saw somebody in the world that had a ridiculous reason for a GoFundMe pages. I understand why. In some cases, GoFundMe pages are very, very fantastic. Like, you know,
Yeah.
there's a
rallying around tragedy and terrible things
exactly
happening.
like
Yeah.
tragedy, like a mom and dad pass away, and now the children are left with nothing. And
Yeah.
GoFundMe pages, you know what? Fill your boots.
Yeah.
Fill your boots. But then there's the ridiculous ones where somebody's like, I want to do this, and I want to, and you know, I want to go on a holiday. So can you help me out?
Yeah, fund my vacation. Go fund my trip to Turks and Caicos.
Maybe I should do a GoFundMe to Turkey for a hair transplant.
Hey, there are worse ones.
Yeah.
You're more in need. You're more in need than some people.
We're not going to talk about specifics.
No.
Because that's not fair, but you know them, you've seen them,
Yes.
you've you know, you're going through, you're scrolling through, and you're like, okay, do they really need my help for this? You know, and maybe they do, but do they deserve my help for this?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and it's like maybe we need to take a step back and yeah, maybe it's bad sheets, but it's also good sheets because it's good content. Like,
Yeah.
we love to look at it.
Oh my gosh, it's like the rant and rave.
Do you think that someone might have said, you were low-key GoFunding on a Ferris wheel. Go fund my 54-hour stay on the Ferris wheel.
But it was going
For
to
the kids,
for
I know.
Alberta Dreams for chronically and seriously ill children.
I
if,
do think
if
that-
we didn't have that angle and it was just, hey, pay for me to buy my mini donuts on the Ferris wheel, yes, then I would say yes.
I do think that some people thought you were just doing it for fun.
Yeah.
Like I think that you were very good at sharing your message and your journey, but I think that especially on our TikTok, people are like, "Why he's taking spots away from people on the Ferris wheel just to hang out on the Ferris?" And the best one was, "This must have been his wife's idea."
Yeah.
Someone said,
And it was the opposite. But it was
No.
not my wife's idea.
"It was not."
It was beyond. Yeah, it definitely wasn't. Okay, well, is that my good and bad? Yeah, I think I got
Yeah.
it nailed. Okay. Londonderry Dodge. That's always a good Sheets. We
Always.
love our. Again, last night we were at this birthday party, the 40th for Corey and Tiffany, and when we rolled in, we were shockingly a little bit late, but we rolled in and I could see that thing was turning heads. That Jeep Wrangler that we
Oh,
drive.
yeah.
Like people were like, "Oh gosh, who's coming with that?"
Mm-hmm.
They must be impotent.
Impotent?
Yeah, that's it.
You mean important?
No, impotent. You've never heard me say that before?
No.
No, I'm not important. I'm impotent.
Oh my god. I've never heard that one.
Okay. The Jeep Wrangler is fantastic, and Londonderry Dodge hooked me up with it. And then shortly after that, you came rolling in.
Also late.
And cranking heads because
Shocking.
they were like, "Oh my gosh, that must be what she talks about in the talking."
Well,
Sheets."
and that's what the second I opened the door, someone said, "That's the Jeep Compass Trailhawk." I said, "It is indeed." And from our house close to downtown Edmonton to Thorsby is not a short trek,
No.
but wow, in that vehicle it felt quicker
Yeah.
and so comfortable. Yeah,
Yeah.
we love it.
Okay, do yourself a favor. Go to Londonderry Dodge. Tell them Talking Scheetz sent you. Tell them Talking Scheetz sent you if you want an oil change, because you can get a $10 off your oil change, your service from the great people at Londonderry Dodge, Raylene and the staff as well. Londonderry Dodge up in Northeast Edmonton on the Fort Road.
When you were on the Ferris wheel, we could see Londonderry Dodge.
We could
up there. We did say that again in the
we would wait
inaudible podcast.
We'd go hi, and then like 30 seconds later we'd go hi. Every time we go up that 110 feet.
Yeah.
Good people. Okay, what happened yesterday? This is just one of the funniest stories, I think. And again, I hope we can do it.
Yeah, I know. I feel like it's hard to. You never want to hype something up too much, but it was a very, very funny thing that happened to us as we were getting ready for the birthday party. When you have a kid, there's a lot of planning that goes into things that I didn't think about before. Like I used to just wake up, be like, oh, the party's at 6. Okay, we'll leave at 5. And that was it.
We got enough sleep. We'll be good.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, we wake up and we think about when Leona might need to nap so that she will be on her best behavior at the party, and also so that either she naps in the car or she's awake in the car so she's not fussy. There's just a lot of planning and strategy that goes on. So I did I've crunched the numbers, and I thought, okay, we're going to push her nap time a little bit, the nap that she takes in the middle of the day, so that she's ready to party by 6 p.m. when the party starts. So we do all the activities we can in the house to keep this baby awake. We play outside a little bit. We're doing everything. And then we finally put her down for nap time. And about 20 minutes later, I just get out of the shower and I hear the doorbell ring. And I'm like, oh, that's weird. We weren't expecting any. Usually I'm like, if we're expecting packages or something, I'll put a sign on the door that says, please don't ring the doorbell. There's a baby sleeping. But I was like, we weren't expecting anything. Is it somebody asking for a donation? What is going on? And I was like, okay, I'm in the bathroom. I'm just going to, sometimes she'll sleep through one doorbell ring. So I'm going to wait it out. And then all of a sudden, 12 doorbell rings in a row. Ding, 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 and knocking on the door. And I was like, okay, so someone's dying. I will go get the door. I'm in my pajamas because I just threw on whatever I had after my shower. I open the door, and there's just the cutest little girl standing there.
Yeah.
And she's just looking at me. And I'm looking back at her, and
she's
I'm
not
like,
selling cookies.
And she isn't dying. No, everybody's fine. And I'm like, okay, so why did we wake up my baby? I can hear Leona is now screaming in her crib. And there's this cute little girl in a bike helmet sitting there. And she says, hi. And I'm like, hello. And she says, I used to live here. And then I did recognize her because we were very lucky to buy our house where we currently live about 3 years ago from a friend of a friend. So Jack, who you used to be on the radio with, her good friends, Kim and Brody, we bought the house from them.
Yeah.
Their sweet daughter, who was 3 years old at the time, moved out of the house. And then I guess 3 years later decided yesterday was the time to come back. The house that built her, she wanted to see it.
Yeah.
And so she biked over from her cousins that I guess lived close. And she just wanted to take a look around. She said, I used to live here, but it looks different now. Can I look? Can I go on a tour? And I was like, well, there is a screaming baby. So why don't we take a look from, I also didn't want to let her into my house.
Sure.
You have to be mindful of letting children into your home. And I'm like, do your parents know? Like, what is
she had older kids.
She had older kids were with her, but they did not come to the door. They were like, if you're going on this journey alone, like I am not going to be involved in this. I am not. They did not care. They were definitely supervising her, but she wanted to come on her own. And she was nosy. She was peeking around. She said, oh, this looks so different. And I'm like, do you remember what it looked like when you were 3? But
sounded like she did.
She remembered a lot. And then she's like, oh, there's a baby. I was like, yeah, she's crying. And so I showed her Leona on the monitor. She said, that's where my crib was. So she was having this beautiful sentimental moment. And I was just like, my cortisol levels were so high because I was like, this baby's screaming. But she was so cute and so funny. And she just wanted to go back home.
Yeah, and she did. Just the timing wasn't ideal.
The timing wasn't ideal, but you know what? She was a great guest. If anybody's going to ring the doorbell 12 times, let it be an adorable little girl.
Hartley?
Hartley, yeah.
Hartley.
She is my favorite guest by far, but we're going to have to invite her and her family over for dinner because she really wanted the full tour, and I was and she also said, why are you in your pajamas? I said, Hartley, I was in the shower. You rang the doorbell 12 times. She is very, very cute. She's welcome at our house anytime.
Yeah. But it was just the timing was.
Oh, when you spend your whole day calculating again, and it taught me an important lesson too, because you can't get so worked up about things. I got so worked up about when she needed
did you
to.
ever?
Yeah, I did.
Trust me, we heard it from this house, and the joke of the matter was that Leona was fine the whole night.
You always just you set yourself up and you're like, this is how it has to be. And when you have kids, or when you have kids that lived in your house 3 years ago, I guess, you just have to be more chill.
Yeah.
You know, and I try to be chill most of the time, but I was not chill about that party, and Karma got me. Hartley got me. She said, you know what? Leona's gonna nap for 20 minutes.
It's time. Ding, 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 ding.
She's so cute and so smart. It was honestly like it was the best case scenario if your baby's gonna get woken up 20 minutes after going down for a nap.
Looking back.
But at the time, I was like, what is going on?
It wasn't somebody selling vacuum cleaners.
No, that would have made me much more angry. She was just a cute little girl who wanted to see the house that built her. What a song.
You got a story? I got a story. So last Thursday or so, I think last Thursday, I was going to a thing for Explore Edmonton. It was a reception before K-Days began on Friday, and I stopped at your house and I ran around and did some things. And I'm at an awkward stage with my vision where I kind of need my glasses, but I kind of don't need them. I need them for everything up close. Although, and everybody hammers me on my phone, the fact that my font is so big.
Oh gosh, it's like there's one word on the entire screen of the phone. It's just hard to read because it's so big.
Because I can't. It's the stupidest thing in the world. Like, if your vision goes, you should be able to not see far away. I can see everything far away. It's everything close. Mm-hmm. So I've got these fancy new glasses from the Devon Eye Clinic and Etnia. First plug's free. And
they look great on you. You get a lot of compliments.
I get a lot of compliments on my glasses.
I feel like they're your best glasses ever. It's a great look.
Not their fault, my fault. I found out that you should not remove. I'm constantly taking them off and on. I'm constantly hanging them on my shirt, and because of that, the frame went kind of funny. Like the whatever
arm.
The arm on it went kind of funny, so had to get it fixed. So I got it fixed about 3 months ago. So fast forward to Thursday, got my glasses, doing a bunch of fun stuff, getting ready for the Ferris wheel, going to this thing.
You were a bit frantic.
I was on the run.
Yeah,
I was on the run. I got home Thursday night and I don't have my glasses, so I'm searching the vehicle because I even watch a video. And I'm like, okay, I can see my glasses are in my pocket.
Yeah, the best thing about you is that it's easy to retrace your steps because you social media everything. And so we just have to go back in the timeline of your phone and be like, okay, here he was doing his Instagram story, no glasses. Oh, here's his glasses. Oh, this is when they're gone.
This is when they're gone.
Yeah,
so
it's easy detective work.
I lost my glasses, and it was like, oh no, and it was just bothering me. They're not cheap. They're beautiful glasses. It's embarrassing, and I can't find my glasses. And I phone you, and I said, they got to be at your house because that's kind of the last place I had them, and then I didn't have them. Mm-hmm. So
I use girl's eyes, as we call it, not boy's eyes, girl's eyes.
Yeah.
And I scan the deck everywhere. By this point, it is night, but I'm using my flashlight. I scanned the entire deck. I checked our house. I even looked under the deck because I was like, you were changing your clothes. You just kept you were doing a lot. There was a lot.
I had a lot going on.
Yeah. And so I look and I'm like, I check between the cushions on the deck couch. I'm like, I don't think that these glasses are here.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be like you to not know where you put them. So, but you were very sure.
I was pretty sure.
Yeah.
I was pretty sure. So I even thought maybe I lost him at K-Days, so we checked the lost and found there.
I can't imagine, first, as a side note, what is in the lost and found at K-Days? It would be some crazy stuff.
There would be some good stuff there for sure. The K-Days lost and found would be it'd be like a treasure trove of things.
Yeah, one of the 3 days we were doing our wellness check on you at K-Days, a guy ahead of us was very adamant about bringing drumsticks in, and they didn't want him to bring drumsticks in, and it was a back and forth, and I was like, I don't know who's right here, but you really need your drumsticks that bad?
Maybe it was the drummer from Mariana's Trench.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Anyway.
Okay, so I now had written my glasses off. I'd been starting to reach out to some people to see if we could make this thing happen. To get these glasses again, and I'm just like, oh man, everything's been going so well. The Ferris wheel went well. Your mom didn't leave me.
Yeah.
Because of the Ferris wheel, we raised all this money, and the only downside was I lost my flipping glasses.
And you can't see. That's the only downside.
Well, I've got my old ones, but they're not as good. So this morning I wake up and Bailey has Snapchatted the glasses. You found the glasses at your house where I always knew they were. But here's the funny part. Where were they?
basically around the side of our house in the middle of our lawn.
Yeah.
Which doesn't face up. I was this morning I went out with Honey, our dog, to go. She had lost her toy. So I was like, okay, we got to go retrace Honey's steps to find her toy. So I'm scanning the yard for Honey's little bone that she brings inside and outside. And almost I'm like, that is something shiny over there. What is it?
Yeah.
And around the side of the house where honestly nobody really goes except for Renato when he's mowing the lawn, which he was doing this afternoon.
Which was going to be the rest of the story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your glasses are
There they
sitting
were.
in the middle of our lawn on the side of our house, kind of near some trees.
Yeah, and I know exactly when it happened. I went around there when I was all frazzled and on the run, and I couldn't come in the house because Leona was sleeping, and we can't make any noise when she's sleeping.
It's the worst, yeah.
So I went around the corner to farmer pee, and somehow while I was farmer peeing, I lost my glasses.
First off, just the fact that you could use the washroom downstairs in our basement.
Yeah, it's
not like we locked the doors and said, no, you can't enter. It was like, no, please don't use the washroom right beside her bedroom.
Right.
Hartley's old bedroom.
Yeah.
Go downstairs and use the washroom. Go downstairs and use the washroom.
Yeah.
But
the bottom line is the glasses are found. I'm proudly
Yes.
wearing them now. But if Renato, we know producer Renato, there's no way he'd have seen him mowing the lawn. He would have just chomped them up, and
he doesn't have the best eyesight as it is.
they would have went flying out.
To be fair, I tried to do like a pass before I cut the grass, but today I was tired and I probably would have just mowed them up.
Which would have been imagine we said we found your glasses. They went through our lawnmower. Honestly, it was a true, really lucky that we found them. Yeah,
it was meant to be.
And they look great.
Yeah.
They were none the worse for wear, and there was many storms between last Thursday and this Sunday.
I'm glad it didn't get
over a week.
Like they didn't get hailed on and busted the lens or something.
I picked them up. I'm like, no, these things look good to go. This is amazing. And I was trying to figure out why you would have been on the side of our house, but of course you were peeing.
Yeah. Okay. What is meme of the week?
Oh, well, that was another thing that we wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
We started as a reoccurring segment, but it only occurred once.
Yeah.
So it wasn't reoccurring.
But I mean, the meme of the week, memes for those that don't understand, the Coldplay meme is like going crazy.
Again, we talked about it in the lost episode. We talked about Coldplay meme.
So we probably need to revisit the Coldplay story,
yes,
right?
because that is truly still the lasting power of that meme. And there's kind of a new angle to it now too. But if you didn't see it, the CEO of a tech company, was on the screen at the Coldplay concert in Boston.
Right.
And was spotted clearly hugging someone he shouldn't have been hugging, and they both freaked out on camera. And it just became, I think, like one of the biggest memes for sure of the year, but the biggest meme in years, probably.
Yeah.
And
what's the latest?
Well, the latest is that the company Astronomer, they let our mans go.
Yeah.
They said, no cheating at Coldplay, you're done.
Yeah.
And as a PR kind of stunt, they had Gwyneth Paltrow come in. I don't know if you saw that.
No.
She did a little PSA for the company and was like, here's what Astronomer does. You have such an interest in us now. And like, thank you all for caring. And the really, really, what ties it all together is that Gwyneth Paltrow was previously married to the lead singer Chris Martin of Coldplay.
Okay.
And there was cheating rumors and allegations between them. So they have recently gotten divorced. They had her then be like, okay, Chris Martin. It was just a full circle moment.
Okay.
So there was cheating all around and
So
celebrity
he was the one
fanfare.
accused.
Yes. And so they said, it just was a fun
coincidence.
way to...
It wasn't ironic. It was
coincidental. Well, it was just like it
was a planned thing.
Yeah, but I can't imagine how much they paid Gwyneth Paltrow, but that company got millions in exposure.
Sure.
I didn't know what Astronomer was. Now I do.
Yeah.
I still don't know what they do.
They're doing. They are happy for the exposure, but he's not.
Oof.
Yeah.
No, he got exposed.
Right. Sorry.
That's okay. You still got your...
I got a bit of a cough.
You're doing better than I thought.
I got a bit of a
Your voice has kind of gotten worse as the podcast has gone on.
Yeah, it's definitely what suffered the most from the Ferris wheel is my voice. Lucky
Which is amazing.
I don't use it that much.
And your marriage.
I'll be fine. Okay, what's the meme of the week?
Oh, well, now that we've talked about Coldplay, part of K-Day's coverage of you on the Ferris wheel, you were everywhere. But one thing that you were in was like a meme video. And how did that go?
Meme video?
Yeah.
Which one?
where you were standing on business.
Oh yeah, what? What was that about? The Explore ladies got me doing that, and the K-Days ladies, and I'm like, I'm standing on business. I can't remember, but
At the beach.
and they had this line, and it was a Justin Bieber thing,
Yes,
right?
so that's what I was going to ask you if you knew where that came
I
from
had
at
no
all.
clue. They said, "Hey, this will be really funny," and I guess it was because they were laughing like so hard. But I'm like, I don't know what's
You
going
hadn't
on.
slept in 50 hours and you're kept saying
literally
standing
was-
on business.
It was elder abuse.
I open my phone, and again, I'm worried about my poor father, and I open it, and he's like, standing on business. This is just a ridiculous meme video that they made. But I wondered if you knew the origin of what you were doing.
No clue.
Okay, so Justin Bieber, standing on business, is not something that he invented, but he's made very popular recently.
Okay.
It is an African-American phrase that basically, what do you think standing on business might mean?
Standing on business means I'm standing up for myself.
Kind of.
No?
Yeah, it's like you're doing important things,
All right.
standing on business.
Right.
Yeah, so
Standing,
he got caught by the paparazzi, and he was angry, and he said, "It isn't clocking to you that I'm standing on business," and it went super, super viral. He even incorporated it into his new album, Swag, which honestly was maybe second. First good Scheetz of the week was Having Babies Around Your Baby. Second is Swag by Justin Bieber, the album. It's so good.
It's good?
Really good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because he's
Yeah.
been having some struggles.
Well, and standing on business was a bit of a struggle because he got caught kind of having a freak out, as he sometimes does.
Yeah.
But then he sampled "I'm standing on business. It isn't clocking you that I'm standing on business" in one of his songs.
Okay,
So
it
it
isn't
became a
clocking
thing.
you means you're not realizing it?
Yes.
Okay.
But isn't clocking to you, he actually misused the phrase. It's supposed to be like you're clocking something, not it isn't clocking to you. But yeah, so he's saying it isn't clocking to you that I'm standing on business. Basically, I guess, meaning that you're not understanding that I'm doing important things here.
Okay.
Yeah. So next time you're asked to,
It isn't clocking to you that I'm standing on business.
and that was you on the Ferris wheel, I guess.
Yeah, it isn't
You were-
clocking to you that I'm standing on business.
It isn't
See,
clocking to you that I'm spinning on this Ferris
see,
wheel
it
over
was
and
not
over
expl-
again.
Now I can actually say it now, but then I couldn't because it made no sense and nobody explained it to me. And they're
It
just
was
like,
elder abuse.
it was elder abuse. It was
I
like, eat
opened
your
my-
pudding and tell us and just repeat after us and sign your will away. Like that's what happened.
I just don't think that many 30-year-old people open their phones and see their father on a Ferris wheel doing a Justin Bieber meme. And it was just wild. Our friend that works on the K-Days content, Diamond Kelsey, we love
Yeah.
her, but she's the one who did it. And I was like, this is a fever dream to me. Like, this is haunting. I don't know. So I thought that as a first full circle moment, we could explain to you,
Okay.
it isn't clocking to you that I'm standing on
It isn't
business, so
clocking
that
to
you
you
know
that I'm
what you
standing
at
on
least you know
business.
what you said.
Well, that's exactly what I've been doing for this entire time. I've been standing on business.
Sitting
so
on business.
I've been sitting on business.
I also
Isn't it clocking to you?
it isn't clocking.
Got it. Yeah.
This is the first time I've noticed somebody fart in the studio. It's been stinky this time, and I think it's the French bulldog.
It's not me.
And producer Renato is denying it as well. I just think that we've been in a close space for so long doing this podcast, and we have a lot of farters,
Yeah.
myself excluded. But I was like, someone is having a bad time here.
I'm not clocking on business. I'm not farting on business. I'm
Standing on
not
business.
standing on business. It definitely wasn't me. It was definitely the dog. But it's so easy to blame the dog because the dog can't. You know.
Exactly. So
can't do
someone,
her
I'm
thing.
just saying, someone is guilty. This is the first time I've noticed it in this small space.
Okay. Well, then we probably should hurry up and finish. But we do have to talk about one more thing. I kind of would like to stay in here and talk for another hour because producer of the year, Renato, he's on toilet watch.
Speaking of farting, I guess.
He is on toilet watch right now.
Yeah.
Your toilet, no disrespect to the people you bought the house from,
Hartley's parents.
is shitty.
Well, it probably wasn't when they installed it, but now it is shitty.
It's not great. It's a shitty toilet.
It just doesn't flush super well.
No.
We also it's a very old home. So
Yeah.
I think the plumbing, there's just, yeah.
So we got to get a new toilet. We're going to get a new toilet. So
Mm-hmm.
we sent Renato to Home Depot to check out toilets. And my gosh, he came here today. Everybody's catching up on all this
Well,
exciting
there's so
stuff
much
that's
that has
going on.
happened, yeah.
And all he wants to talk about is the tornado flush toilet.
He's very passionate about a tornado flush. One thing about this man is he takes things, he's standing on business right now with the toilets for sure. Because when you give him a project, which is a blessing and a curse, he takes it so seriously.
Too seriously.
And until that new toilet is installed and done, he will be on his phone reading about toilets. He will be watching YouTube videos
measuring
about toilets.
Our toilets.
He will be measuring every toilet that he comes in contact
them and
with.
Seeing if they're tornado.
Watching their flush. Checking their height. He's looking into what is best for your digestive system. What height of seating is best. He just takes. He's always sitting on business right now, and I appreciate that about him. But it is kind of exhausting at the same time.
It's called overkill.
Yeah, he does a lot of research, which was really helpful when we had a baby because we got the best baby products and he did so much work on that.
Sure.
But sometimes this is a hack that we do when we're trying to decide something for our home or our life, something that changes. We will ask the other person what they rated out of 10 in terms of importance.
Yeah.
Like, okay, how do you feel about this?
I like that.
I'd like to paint the kitchen blue. What do you feel about the pink, like the kitchen color? How important is that to you? He says it's a 2. To me, it's a 5. We'll go with what I think.
Okay.
A toilet to me is a -10. I do not care. If it is functional, function is all that I care about. I would go for the cheapest option that works.
Yeah. Because the most expensive is $450, right?
Which is crazy. He's coming to me. He says, "I think this is the best one. $450 for a toilet."
Because you can get an average one for $250.
Yeah.
You can get toilets that are like $3,000 if you want, but I don't want to spend that much money. Although the ones for $3,000 are
heated.
But they're also considered washlets because they're also a built-in bidet, which I'm a big bidet fan, but that's a topic for another episode.
$3,000. Well, we've talked about that in the Japanese episode, the episode when you went to Japan.
I'm all over the bidet too, but I mean, we got ours from whatever Amazon for $60.
Is it like a tushy something?
Yeah. I all I know for sure is just make sure that you're sitting down when you turn it on, or you're gonna get a face full of water.
Oof.
It's not good.
To me, I don't care, but he could stand. I could stand to care more.
Anyway, this coming week, maybe the long weekend will be toilet day.
Oh yeah, we will be installing a new
because
toilet.
The only way to get him to stop talking about the toilet, just like the faucet, is just to get her done.
Yeah, you have to because he just gets so obsessed with it.
I want to get a good toilet. Like you can't buy the worst toilet, and I'm not generationally wealthy. Can't buy the best toilet, but I can get the best value toilet.
Catching strays. I'm not generationally wealthy, thanks to someone.
Well, my parents aren't either.
We're doing okay, and we can buy a medium level toilet. If you have toilet recommendations, send them our way, I guess.
Absolutely.
I'm sure this is very relatable content.
You know what? I bet you the Talking Scheetz can get you a free toilet and get it installed.
Talking Scheetz?
Toilet sponsors, find us. Hit us up if you want to give us a toilet. Not used, ideally.
Even when we got nothing to talk about, there's nowhere I'd rather be. 'Cause there's something about you and me just sitting around talking Scheetz.